put it into it. Show y'all how to roll a perfect motherfucking paper. That's right, get excited, because it's how to roll a joint with Wiz Khalifa.
Smoke marijuana, you'll feel mellow, relaxed, and generally happy. You may feel very hungry, a phenomenon known as the munchies. But as your high continues, you might experience paranoia or confusion.
I started smoking because most of my friends started smoking too, so that influenced me. I was interested in it.
Oh, okay. Well, nice. How long have you been smoking for now?
I've been smoking for 4 years.
4 years?
Well, I started like the summer before freshman year.
Well, why did you start?
Because my brother, well, it was ironic because he had like a good intention of doing it. He was like, because you know, he knows we do stuff, and he's like, if you're gonna do something, I want you to experience it with us first, so you know how you react. So you know, in a way, he was kind of looking out for me. So I was like, oh, you're such a nice, good brother.
I got into it in 7th grade. What aspects, like what led you to end up purchasing that marijuana?
Curiosity. On a serious tip, I started when I was in the 4th grade. And the reason I started was because one of my closest friends, his older brother smoked weed all the time. And, you know, he let it to me every time we came.
Well, the only thing that's bad, like whenever I smoke before school or like after school, is that I always fall asleep in class.
So you end up becoming a little bit lazy?
Yeah, but I still go.
I don't think it has affected me at all because I don't do it often enough for me to know if it does affect me.
Makes me lazy and careless. In what ways? Not wanting to do it. Okay.
Yeah.
In what ways? Just more so you think that it's a bad influence on you and causes you to do things that you wouldn't do if you weren't high?
Well, when you put it that way, yeah.
Oh, most definitely. Like, and that's only if I don't organize my time as I should. If I get high and go to sleep and whatnot, then I miss out on doing my homework, which I tend not to do, but it happens sometimes.
They probably think I'm a dangerous person, but I don't show that I'm a pot smoker, so they don't think.
Well, I don't really tell people I do it because I don't like to like broadcast my shit like crap or whatever. So, I mean, I don't think people know. But when they do find out, they're like, what? This is weird.
I feel like they dislike the fact that I use it for recreational purposes.
It depends on what perspective I'm being looked at from. If it's from somebody who doesn't smoke weed or who has never tried it before, then I'm probably looked at very negatively. I'm probably looked at as a bad influence on people and whatnot. But what I do is my choice, and I try to keep it at only my choice. I don't try to influence others. And but if somebody who has smoked weed before, they probably understand and they know that. It's just like right now, it's just something that it's just something I do, you know? Yeah.
So you feel it's like somewhat of a phase or something like that?
Yeah, I'm gonna stop somewhere.
I started smoking pot when I was in 8th grade. What made me start was basically, you know, I'd say it was the music that influenced me, listening to Dr. Dre, you know, 2001 album, you know, that weed plant on the front and stuff, and just seeing it all in music videos and seeing it being like idolized basically, you know, I just wanted to see what the hype was about. So, you know, I started smoking it. Yeah, I would say it has affected me during school, and when it comes to schooling in general, I noticed I get lazy at times. I don't complete some of the assignments, even the assignments for this class that I'm doing it in right now. You know, I just became a lazy ass basically, you know, but wouldn't necessarily blame that all on the marijuana though, but I mean, I'd say that the marijuana plays a part in it. When it comes to society and how they view me as, I try not to let their thoughts deter me from what I choose to do, because every human individual has their right to do what they please. And you know, if I want to smoke weed and I'm not bothering anybody, I don't see why, or I don't see what the problem is. But is it something that I would, you know, condone for other people to do? No, I wouldn't. Not necessarily. You know, I basically kind of just chose the wrong path growing up, and it just led me to end up smoking weed. You know, so I don't promote that at all. Have you ever experimented with marijuana?
I plead the fifth. No. Actually, I did when I was in college. I never experimented when I was in high school, but when I was in college, I had some friends who kind of persuaded me to just try it. So I did try it when I was in college.
How do you view students who smoke marijuana?
It's very different than when I was growing up, because now I have students who actually are not embarrassed or afraid to tell me as a teacher that they smoke marijuana. They'll tell me they smoke marijuana with their family members, with their friends. I feel like marijuana is very different. It's socially accepted more so now than it was when I was in high school. It was more so like you kind of hid it and you didn't want anyone to know about it, that you were smoking marijuana. Now I feel like students feel very free and expressing their views on marijuana, and they aren't afraid to say they smoke it, even to adults and people of authority. So I feel like it's definitely a little different than when I was growing up, because it was definitely on the down low. You didn't want people to know you were smoking, and if you did, your friends knew, but you definitely didn't want like teachers and adults to know you were smoking marijuana.
And final question, do you think it affects the students negatively in school?
I do on some level. I feel like students who, I think there are students who come to school who are actually high and under the influence, or they will go, I think marijuana has a way of making you a little lazy, and you get your priorities mixed up. I have some friends who were functional buttheads, or potheads, or whatever you guys call it nowadays, where they really could smoke all the time and be functional. I feel like there's students who are also like that. I've seen some students who appeared to be high, but when I asked them about it, they said they weren't, so I couldn't prove it. But I think that students really shouldn't do it as frequently as they shouldn't do it at all, truth be told. You shouldn't even smoke marijuana. But I just feel like it's more socially accepted now, and I don't.
Hey, Lindsay? I wish you didn't smoke weed. You're not the same when you smoke. And
okay. Habitual smoker. Yeah. I burn so many trees that I have splinters in my toaster. I need a bitch to stay below my waist like a holster. And then I sit my cup up on her booty like a coaster. I brag about my money, so they're calling me a boaster. Yeah.